Hi everyone, it's Mand. Major technical problems. I'm really rubbish at technology. Takes us ages to actually grasp what the hell I'm doing. And I figured out how to do a live. No bother at all. But screen sharing with it, nah. So anyway, I'm doing a video. Hopefully, I was going to put a video of it recording of the live in the chat anyway, so it's there for reference for you. So here we go. Let's get cracking. So, what's this about? It's like what style of brow is right for you. There's so many different brow types these days. There's powder brows, there's ombre brows, microblading, hair strokes, and even combination. Um, and it can just be a bit. It's like words. I'm throwing words at you. You don't really grasp what. Well, you might not grasp what each one of these looks mean. So what I tend to get is a lot of clients saying, "Oh, I want microblading," but really it's only because they've heard that word on social media, and it's actually a powder brow that they're wanting. Or it might be a case of like, "No, I desperately want microblading, but the skin's just not suitable for it." So I'm just going to break down all the differences with the brow styles for you. So powder, ombre, microblading, hair strokes, combination. There's also nano, there's 3D, there's 4D, there's 6D, there's feather strokes, and air strokes. Air strokes is one I use for me combination brows or hair strokes. So I've got some diagrams on the side there that you can see. Okay, so at the top you've got hair strokes, and then the next one down you've got like a powdery ombre, again an ombre, and then you've got a very soft ombre. You've got a combination where it's a mixture of powder and hair strokes, and you've got a hair stroke brow here with soft powdering running through it. So powder and ombre, well, this is done with a machine in a traditional tattoo method, but not as deep or blocky. Would especially for your brows, ideally you don't want them really solid and heavy. So once these heal, they mimic the look of a pencil or a powdered makeup effect. So you know if anyone's had the eyebrows tinted, and it normally stains either tint, hybrid, or henna, it stains the skin behind the hair, and it gives a very soft, natural effect. This is what I'm aiming for a powder and an ombre brow. It's suitable for all skin types, and it's flattering for all ages, to be fair. There's a couple of different styles, so you can have the ombre going along the top of the brow, or you can have the ombre softness at the bulb of the brow, which is towards the nose area. The base of the brow, the closest line towards your eyeballs itself, that's usually a little bit more denser and heavier, just to give you that shape. Next up is microblading. Now, microblading is a manual handheld method where hair strokes are created with a tool. The hand tool has a collection of needles at the end that are basically cut through the skin, and the pigment is implanted, if you like. It doesn't suit all skin types. It's really only for that porcelain. But it's not only for, but it tends to suit more the porcelain, younger skin, um, rather than a skin that's oily or has large pores. Um, Basically because what can happen to the um, the brow, the hair strokes that you create, it can blow out. And what that means is like you've got when you first see the picture and you first get it done, it's really crisp. The hair strokes are really crisp. But what happens naturally with tattoos is it softens and it can blow out underneath the skin, so it's spread out, and so it hasn't got that crispness to the stroke anymore. With this microblading, you can only have it you can only have it a number of times, like I would say 5 at a push times before you would need some sort of removal. Because what you're doing is if you're creating a hair stroke by cutting into the skin, you're going to build up scar tissue. Any sort of tattoo is going to create a form of scar tissue on the skin. And with microblading, it can cut into the skin a little bit, especially if you're inexperienced. Your depth may be a little bit too heavy-handed, which can make the pigment go too dark as well. It can go quite ashy skin. So it looks most natural when there's actually some natural hair there already. That just creates like it can fill in them sparse areas and create a little bit more definition. So you've got machine hair strokes, so similar to the microblading, but this is created with a tattoo machine. So as the hand tool cuts through the skin to create a hair stroke, the tattoo machine creates a hair stroke with tiny, tiny dots, makes up that line with tiny dots. It's suitable for the majority of skin types, to be fair, and it looks most natural when there's hairs to mix with it. The machine hair strokes can be adapted in loads of ways, so you can have different colours to create that hair. So if you look at a natural hair in itself, you might find that the hair has a darker centre. So what I would do is when I create a hair stroke with a machine is use a darker pigment for the main part of the hair. And then for the ends, I might use a lighter colour just to make sure that tapers off into nothing, so it doesn't stop dead. I want to create a hair that looks most natural, basically. You can have a soft shadow in between the hair strokes, like on the little drawing there at the bottom, and the majority of those brows that I've done. So you've got like a softness in between the hair strokes, which gives it a little bit more of a natural, fluffier look. You've got a combination stroke hybrid brow. So you've got the best of both worlds. You can build up a little bit of density in the brow with the fullness of the fluffy hair strokes, and you can create that shadow with a bit of ombre or a powder towards the middle and the tail of the brow. It suits both skin types and ages, and brows can be really quite defined in this way. It's quite a natural look. It can be quite a natural look for clients. And the last one is barely there brows. This is basically an ombre brow, which is very, very soft. I may use some dilution in the pigment, so it's creating a really translucent effect. This is ideal for our clients who are quite nervous about having a brow. Maybe they've got nothing there at all, and they just want some sort of softness, like what they do with the when they get like a creation of a brow with the tint, or they pencil in with a bit of powder or pencil when they do their own brow. There's no top up with this, and it probably lasts around about 12 to 18 months tops. So frequently asked questions. So does the procedure hurt? Actually, no, it's a bit scratchy, Obviously, pain is relative. Some people have got a high pain threshold. Some people have got like a lower pain threshold. When I do brows, I don't pre-numb. Um, Basically because I find the majority of clients don't need it. For hair strokes, I might do pre-numb, depending on the client. I do use the secondary numbing once the skin's open, but for the procedure, I mean, I can tattoo on a balloon without popping it, so I'm not digging for gold here. I'm just wanting to scratch that surface of the skin to get that template, because we might have taken a while to draw the template on your skin with pencil. So I just want to get that template on your skin, and then I can pop something on if we need. What's the recovery process like? I mean, you're going to be healed really quite quickly. The majority of clients, obviously, that's a relative thing too. So with the healing process, I would, the surface healing, you probably healed within a few days, 5 to 7 days. The dermal healing, obviously, that which is slight, just under the surface of the skin. I like to make sure that that's fully healed. So I always get you to come back around about 6 weeks to look at the brows and maybe do a pop top with them. Can you choose the colour and shape of your brows for permanent makeup? Absolutely. We work together on this. So when you come for a consultation, I always do free consultations. If you're quite nervous about things, I'll draw the brow on for you with pencil. We'll go through the colour, so you've got a really good idea before you actually come on the day. Or when you come on the day, what I will do is I'll map the brows. I'll draw the brows on to your bone structure, your bone and muscle structure. I really analyze what's happening with your muscles above above your eyes. Some people have got a natural like Roger Moore eyebrow where it goes up when you open your eyes, or when you talk. So I'll be looking at all these sort of like little nuances and designing brows that's going to actually be aesthetically pleasing for your face. Then I will be giving you the mirror, and I want you to be super critical. If you just go, oh, that's great, and give us the mirror back, you'll get the mirror again, basically. At the end of the day, this is your face. I want you to be 100% happy. I want to be 100% happy. And if that's not the case, what I'll do is I'll just reschedule you. I've got no problem in doing that. But I'll draw them on. I'll get you to analyze if we need to tweak them, if we need to make them a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner, soften the arch any. We can do that when it's just drawn on. I want to get that template of 100% spot on before I even pick up my machine. Can you still use regular makeup after getting permanent makeup? 100% you can. After it's fully healed, you can, obviously wear makeup anyway, but when you're going out, you tend to wear foundations, bronzers, blushes. That's a lot heavier than what you would for a daytime makeup. So you may need a little bit of powder or a bit of pencil on your brows just to balance them out. So yeah, absolutely. The permanent makeup is meant to enhance, it's not meant to replace makeup. How long do the results last? Well, the results last depending on the technique that I've used, the pigments that I've used, and your skin. You're gonna be looking at probably yearly top-ups. Even then, I tend to get you in at a year and send you away for another 6 months, or because what I want to happen is I want your brows to fade down nicely over that period. I don't want to keep on hoying pigment into that skin, because if you imagine under your skin you've got a bucket, and if I put too much pigment in there, it's just going to get a little bit too sort of heavy, and want to enhance what you've got. We don't want to make things too solid. We want to keep everything nice and light and beautiful and the natural, but with that definition too. What else do people tend to ask? Yeah, for instance, if someone's got no eyebrows at all, or they've got very sparse brows, as I say, I do a free consultation and I'll draw them on, either putting the hair strokes in there or doing the powder brow, whichever look that, the client actually wants. And I'll get them to take selfies. And that's for two reasons. So firstly, if you've had no brows for like ever, and you don't wear very much makeup, having brows might be a bit of a shock to the system to you. So having that selfie from the time that you've had your consultation and your booking trains your eyes and your brain to see what you would look like with brows. Because one of the worst things is you're getting brow shock. I mean, it's a process of getting tattoos and your brows done. People are going to be quite nervous about it, quite naturally so. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your face. But want to do that transition as softly as possible. But I want you to be 100% happy, basically, at the end of the day. So when you do come to me after that period of between the skin test consultation and the appointment, I'm ready for these. I'm ready to wake up with brows every day. With the healing, what I always say to people is there is a healing process going back to the recovery. So initially you might the brows when you leave here, majority of clients look as if they've just got brows. They're not red or sore or swollen. But that's again, it's a relative thing. Some people swell a little bit more than others. Some people's skin are touch sensitive, so they go red when you touch them. So they might be a little bit red, but generally with brows, what happens is the next day you might go a little bit darker. So imagine if you fall down and you graze your knee, it oxidizes, so the graze goes a bit dark. So that's really what's happening with your brows. I've grazed that top layer of skin. So it might go a little bit dark. And then as that skin sheds, because I don't want a big thick scab, I'll go through my healing technique with you when you come in. But yeah, I don't want a thick scab. I want it flaking away this dry skin. And then over that period from getting them done to around about 4 to 6 weeks is when the true colour is going to come through from for the brows, because I've implanted it at the very top of the dermis layer. The skin's made up of three main layers. You've got your epidermis, which is the top layer, you've got your dermis, and then you've got your subcutaneous layer, which is the lower layer, where it holds all the fat cells. I don't want to be hitting that because that's way too deep. I want to be hitting right at the very top of the dermis, so the brows are going to look fresher for longer. If I hit just in the epidermis, it's not going to hold, it's going to fall out straight away. So I want to hit just in the right sweet spot for your brows. So over that healing process or healing time, your brows are going to come through, and we'll see what's cracking with your brows and do your top up from that basically. I always err on the side of caution. So if someone comes to me and says, "Oh, I really want dark brows, I want them thick," I'll do them a little bit lighter and I'll do them a little bit thinner. And the reason for that is because it's easy to add rather than take away. Although I do botched ink. I'm a botched ink specialist, lightening and removal specialist. I also teach it for botched ink. So there is that especially people who come to us from other places, or even they've been my clients for years and they want a different shape of brows. I'll get them on the botched ink program. But yeah, so going back to it, I always err on the side of caution because it's much easier to add to rather than take away. Now this video is, hopefully I'm going to upload in enough time for the, no, I don't think I have now. Yeah, so I'm going to be putting this video in the group chat, and I'm sorry again I haven't been able to go live, but technology hates us. If you do have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. Either drop a comment below or drop us an inbox because yeah, it's always open. And yeah, so hopefully I see you if you're sitting on the fence about brows. Come in. We'll have a chat. We'll do a consultation, and we'll see what brows is going to be most suitable to you. All right. Thanks for joining us. Thank you.